Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yes, it's important to count your blessings every day because we are blessed. We are blessed. Please know that. Just over 20 years ago, I stepped into this church and instantly knew I found my home in the religion of spiritualism. It's like it was just yesterday. Previously, I was studying in Clearwater at the College of Metaphysical Studies. It was during one of my classes, mediumship, that I asked the instructor if there was another church that I could study at that actually taught how to communicate with spirit. At the college, I was learning more psychic development, even though they were calling it mediumship, which for me was where I needed to be at that time in my life. It was a great foundation. The instructor told me about a church in Orlando on Chickasaw Drive. They were Spiritualist, a religion I've not heard of before. The next week, I called the church, and Reverend Ann Otzelberger answered. I told her I was looking for a church to grow. She said, "Come on over." Stepping through those front doors changed my life, helped open a lot of other doors for me, and gave me opportunities to become part of a church and a part of a church organization. It gave me a solid foundation that I've been able to build on throughout the years, and it certainly has helped prepare me for life journeys. So, in case I forget to say it later, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all you've done for me, especially helping me along my journey. For those who have listened to me recently or in the past, you know I no longer watch television or listen to the radio. To me, it all becomes noise. Nothing but noise, in my opinion. A very distracting noise. If I want to know what's going on in the world or locally, I'll skim over a newspaper online, or I'll just hop through the internet looking at the headlines, choosing what I want to read, when I want to read it. This way I can choose the information being presented. It can easily jump to something else if I find it's becoming a little too slanted one way or the other. Too much energy, in my opinion, is being shoved at us 24/7, all day. And typically, a lot of the information coming to us is really nothing we need to know, in my opinion. So as I jump around the internet, going from here to there, I hear or see these catchphrases. They try and get your attention to read the rest of the article or to go to the iPod or podcast and listen. And my mind starts making these connections because I don't listen to the noise anymore. I can make my own connections and go where I need to go through spirit. So these connections or associations with an idea that I might have leads me to A to B to C. These memories jog something from my past, something I need to work on again, or something that's about to be preparing me for something in the future. I don't ask why, I just accept and move forward. My mind starts moving and interacting with all this information. Last week, the connections led me to rereading a parable of the Sower. Do you remember this one? Also known as the parable of the seeds from the Bible. Not 100% sure how or why I was led to reread this parable, but I did. That wasn't really important as to why, I just needed to reread it. So in case you've forgotten the parable or haven't read it, let me give you a brief synopsis. It's about the farmer who sows seeds indiscriminately. Some seeds fall on the path with no soil, some on rocky ground with limited soil, some on soil which contains thorns, and some in good soil. On the path, the seeds are blown away. In the rocky ground, the thorns on the rocky ground and thorns, the seeds fail to produce a crop. In the good soil, the seed yields plentiful crops for years to come. This time when I reread the parable, I'm rereading it years later, and I've grown spiritually. And as you grow spiritually, you see things differently, in a different light. You have a better or different understanding as you did younger or before you became in touch with Spirit. So you grow over time, you mature, you don't see things the same way as you did before. Your life is different. The world around you is different. Your perception is different. So you see things in a different light. Now the seed was more symbolic of you and me. The soil was symbolic of our surroundings, our life choices, our opportunities. Individuals find themselves on a path that does not allow for their roots to take hold. And every time a strong wind representing trials and tribulations come along, they are displaced, never finding their true purpose in life, never reaching their true potential. Individuals find themselves trying to grow amongst rocky ground or thorns, representing negativity or representing restraints. They cannot find the light of hope, allowing them to become their full potential. Rocks and thorns can be individuals or situations holding you back or suffocating you from your growth in life. We see a lot of individuals caught up in this type of energy. They walk the streets daily looking for handouts, looking for food, looking for shelter. They're in abusive relationships. They feel they cannot get out or get out from under. Their external situations create internal walls they cannot get past. But once we find the rich soil and nutrients representing happiness and nurturing, along with the water and sunlight, perhaps representing encouragement and opportunities, we have a better chance reaching our full potential. We can prosper, we can grow. Will there still be bumps along the way? Absolutely. But we are better prepared to handle them. Strong roots, solid foundations, love and understanding in our hearts, a beacon of light, always shining and guiding us. All you have to do is accept and know it's there. What you surround yourself with affects how you will grow. Who you surround yourself with affects how you will grow. Plants grow or do not grow based on their surroundings. Individuals grow or do not grow based on their surroundings. Very similar. Plants do not have choices, but we as individuals do have choices. Never forget you have choices. You can always choose something different. Yes, sometimes we make poor choices, but like I said, our strong faith will always be there to pick us up and put us back on the right path. So how do we move ourselves from the rocky, thorn-laden soil into the nutrient-rich soil? By knowing you have a choice and believing in yourself then you become the most potential person possible. Does it take a little time? Sure. Absolutely. But that's okay. By knowing you have a choice and believing in yourself that you can become the most potential person possible. Whatever your beliefs are becomes self-fulfilling. Whatever your thoughts are become self-fulfilling. Does this sound familiar? How many of you have a supercomputer at your disposal? How many of you can program a supercomputer? Your brain is a supercomputer. Never forget that. Your self-talk is the program it will run every day. You're programming your computer every day by what you say and how you act. So if you're telling yourself that you're not good at something, you'll never be good at it because you're programming your supercomputer not to be good at it. If you tell yourself that you cannot grow based on your surroundings, if you tell yourself you cannot grow based on your environment, if you tell yourself that you cannot grow because of the rocky thorn soil, I have a bad job and cannot get out of it. You sound familiar? I have a bad relationship and cannot get out of it. I negative, I negative, I negative. Your supercomputer hears it. The universe hears it. The universe gives you what you say. Your brain will create the reality you're saying. Change the input, changes the output. Change the input, changes the output. By changing your insight or understanding, you change how your crops will grow. State your positive affirmations throughout the day. I love myself. I deserve happiness in my life. Happiness and prosperity are like rivers flowing to me from all directions all day long. I can do better for myself. I can learn something new. I'm not too old. I can save more money to buy a car. I can save more money to move out on my own. I can save more money to get out of debt. You're talking with the supercomputer. You're talking with the universe. Again, changing the input changes the output. I have a great job and I love what I'm doing. I have a great relationship and I love who I'm with. I am happy. Life is great. I tell people I live in that Pollyanna world. That's my world. I expect good things to happen, and they do, because I'm willing to wait. It's not going to always happen instantaneously. Sometimes it takes time for the universe to line everything up for you, but it will happen. Your mantra becomes, I positive, I positive, I positive. Your brain hears your self-talk program and your words become self-fulfilling. The universe hears your self-talk program and your words become your reality. By changing the input, you change the output. By changing your insight or understanding, you change how your crops will grow. I plant my seed in fertile ground. It will grow exponentially. I will have enough to eat and share for years to come. You're setting it up for the future. Happiness and prosperity will follow me all the days of my life. It's never too late to start. It's never too late to start surrounding yourself with positive thoughts and positive individuals. Unfortunately, sometimes those negative people or individuals are family. That's the hard one. That's the hard one. But you have to come to a realization you're number one. It's all about you. It's not about them. It's all about you. Become, I hate to say self-centered, but become self-centered. Start living your life for yourself first, then everyone else second. Everything is energy. Surround yourself with all the possible positive energy you can find. I don't have time for negativity in my energy field anymore. I've moved on. I can't go back. In life, do not limit the size of your container. You understand? Do not limit the size of your container. Do not waste your time in rocky-laden soil. Seek out the nutrient-rich soil wherever it may be. You might have to go someplace else to find it, and that's okay. Let your roots grow. Do not let anyone ever hold you back from your goals, being happy, or being prosperous. And until our paths cross again, may the Infinite Spirit bless you on yours. Thank you.